You ready, asshole?
Recording in progress, jerk. Will you just not wait until I'm starting? Welcome to the week 8 in review with Dum Dum below me and Dickie here. Look at that beautiful blurred background. I'm a professional. Why don't you carry a bank bag with you, Mr. Business?
Okay, first up, what week is this?
This is Love, Hugs, and Ice Cream and Camp Krusty.
All right. Okay, so here we go. A game, honestly, that I was worried about, but worry no more because I came out victorious. 146 versus 113. Let's see. I had a good day from Gino. Oh, God, I was nervous because I sat Prescott in lieu of Geno Smith. But luckily, my man DeAndre Hopkins, 2 games, 2 monster games.
Huge.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gets me the win. 146, as I said, to 113. Any comments here, Mr. Dickey?
Yeah, Nick Folk, not that you needed it with his wimpy score of 113, but 18 points from a kicker's pretty dang sweet. I'd be lucky to get that from some of my suck-ass wide receivers. On the other side, Lamar Jackson had a Lamar Jackson day. Nick Chubb had a great Halloween. And Dalton Schultz, welcome back. You know, he really thrives when Dak is back in, and without him,
Dak is back. Dak is back,
exactly.
baby.
Meanwhile, look at poor Jonathan Taylor with a bad wheel, pulling up only 5.6. #1 last year, people. And look at how the mighty have fallen. Greg falls to Kevin, and we're down to Kevin finally getting off the losing snide and winning a game. Very nicely done. All right, moving on to crap.
I think we're gonna find that my record's better than yours. We shall see.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll see.
we've got Spider Pig who couldn't get it done. He was close, but no cigar. Spider Pig loses again to needing a bigger boat. That would be Joe. Joe scores about 150 to your 141.3. Let's see. On Joe's side, good day from Jimmy Garoppolo. Overscores his projection by 6. Another good day by Mike Evans. You got to love that. And oh my Henry, Derrick Henry for 38.8. That doesn't hurt. Does a good dozen from the 49ers. Let's look at the other side. Matt Dickey, Jalen Hurts. It doesn't hurt to start Jalen Hurts. He gets you 36.4. And Aaron Jones chips in with 21.7. But then we have the dynamic duo that we will call your starting wide receivers who, let's see, you got 8 points from Christian Kirk and 0.0 from George Pickens. Can you explain that?
That was a rough day for him, that's for sure. And even Olave and Doves, yeah, my wide receivers are very hit and miss these days, and they certainly were miss on this day, especially Mr. Pickens, who saw nothing going that day his way. That was a rough loss. It was close, but that stupid Tyler Boyd had to steal my Halloween candy, and I ended up with rocks like with Mr. Charlie Brown with 0.0. Congrats to Mr. Joseph. Let's move on to brighter days with your bride scoring 200.
Holy cow. So the Malibu Stacy's avenged my loss last week to the Poppin' Jays. Don gets 27.5 from Kirk Cousins. And oh my, Alvin Kamara busts out a 42.8. Gotta love that. Follow that up with DJ Moore, which I had a funny story about DJ Moore, 31.5. Earlier in the day, things weren't going my way, and I was just talking about how terrible my luck is. And I declared that I'm like a reverse clairvoyant. Everything I predict goes exactly the wrong way. So she goes, I need help with DJ Moore. And I said, okay, fine. DJ Moore, I hope you don't get any touchdowns. You suck ass. And it immediately shot up.
Yes.
So I'm taking some credit there. On the flip side, Andy Dalton overscores just a little bit by 21. Nice day out of Dalvin Cook, Jay, 27.1. And then a strong day out of Brandon Ayuk. And also the Jets. Look at the Jets, 15. But wasn't enough. When you're going against somebody who gets, 200, it's real hard. I mean, she got 24 from her defense, which you didn't highlight. That's over triple they're projected. And then who else? Another 21 from Jacoby Myers. I mean, that's got to be good. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 spots over 20.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
she is queen of the 40 burger. First she gets one from TJ, now another one from Alvin. It's nice to have those days where it's not just them, but it's them and a bunch of other people on your team. Rough day for Jay. And look at poor Devontae Adams. Went from number 1 to 1.2 in that game. That's rough. What is wrong with the Raiders? I don't know, but it's funny for people who are not fans of Raider fans. Let's move on to the Wild Poopers, who get a win, a very slim win over your sister.
Oh my gosh, this one was close. I
You
mean, you
think?
can see by the score, the projections and the actuals were like dead on. Look at that. Very, very close. If you look, I
Head
mean,
19 to
no,
42.
I mean, they were projected to be close and they ended up being
Oh,
close. Do you see
whatever.
that?
Dude, they do that with
Okay,
all of them.
we've got the Kyler Murray gets 30 points. Great day. Tyreek Hill with 33. And I skipped over the multifaceted, multi-talented news 49er Christian McCaffrey, who busts out 42.2 of his own. Good grief. Looking down the rest of the way, not a ton, but 175 is a strong score. Poor Terry
Yeah.
also scores 175. She has a good day from Tony Pollard. Look at that. 37.7, 24 out of Stephon Diggs, 20 from Duvernay, and then what is that? 32.6 from my man Jalen Waddle. If I had any chance of getting him earlier in the year, now it's definitely too late. He puts up a very decent 175, but loses by just about a half a point.
Yeah, that was pretty, I didn't know that margin was so close. I did see a little chatter on the text line that day about someone congratulating Terry with her big rebound, and I was like, oh, so I assume she won. So I get to this, I'm like, oh crap, she lost. So that must have came a little bit later with the loss. But Christian McCaffrey, is there anything that guy can't do? I mean, talk about an asset. Throws one, runs one, and catches one. Pretty much the triple crown. I don't think anybody in San Francisco history had ever done that. So I'm sure Clemens and the other 49er fans are very happy to have him on board, and only blue skies ahead for that team with him as your leading back. Let's move on to Tommy Shelby versus my mama.
Okay, Tommy Shelby comes up just a little bit short, 7 points. Let's see what she's got here. Pretty good day, not great, out of Melvin Gordon III. He over-delivers. So did Chase Claypool, my man. Then we got Amari Cooper for 23.1. And look at the Titans, almost 20. On the other side, Mama gets 6.8 from Trevor Lawrence. Great start, whoever put that in. Raymondre Stevenson, 21.3, very nice. CeeDee Lamb gets a very CeeDee Lamb, 18.8. And the Seahawks, this was like a defense battle in this game.
Yes.
The Seahawks get just over 21. Squeaks it out, 120 to 113. Yep. Nothing else to say on that.
Awesome ending to that with you two chips. Yes, Trevor Lawrence is, again, a Jekyll and Hyde, much like a lot of my players. He had a down day, certainly against Denver in London. Meanwhile, Daniel Jones, who'd been quite the darling the last few weeks, scoring very well with both his arm and his legs, comes up really short with only 9 points that day for Tommy Shelby. That's a big ouch. Fryermuth wasn't much more. Hunter Renfrow is not the Hunter Renfrow from last year. And Alex Pierce, the gleam is worn off that guy, at least on that day. Chase Claypool, who's now a Chicago Bear. Good to know you, Chase. You were on Pittsburgh, now you're gone to Chicago. Good luck there. We will miss you. You had one great year for us, and since then, not much more, but maybe he'll do big things in Chicago. I wish him the best. I have no ill will towards Chase, much like I don't with Juju. I'm happy he's in Kansas City and doing well there. Let's move on to the next one. Todd's reign of terror continues against his next victim, the Highway 65 Mustangs, who got ran over in this one by some bigger car. Look at Derek Carr. Jesus Christ. And look at those top three.
Well, we'll get to that. Murderer's Row over there. We'll get to that. But man, look at ESPN. Somebody over there knows what they're talking about. Projected to get 159.4. He gets 159.4. Amazing. Joe Burrow has a very unlike the normal Joe Burrow day of 16 and a half.
Did you see that game Monday night?
No.
No.
We cover this every time. I don't have it.
Oh, that's
every
right.
Week
Sorry.
you ask me.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, Saquon Barkley comes up a little short too from what he was projected, but it doesn't matter who this guy puts in. Todd comes out ahead. Travis Etienne for 27.2. Cooper Kupp back to Cooper Kupp 22.9, and then a strong day from Terry McLaurin 0.0 for Harrison Bryant. I don't know if he didn't play or
Oh,
what
he
the
played.
situation was.
He
Not
played.
great.
He was supposed to be awesome because the Cleveland is built for that tight end after Njoku went down. And meanwhile, Njoku watched his fill-in get 0. But let's move on to poor Kevin Clemens. And
all right, poor Kevin Clemens. We hinted towards Murderer's Row, and it continues down until you get to St. Brown. If you look, even though you highlighted them, they underdelivered. So from Derek Carr, less than a point. Brian Robinson Jr. gets him 2, and Josh Jacobs 7.5. T. Higgins chips in for 14, as does Amon-Ra St. Brown, but not enough, even with the 41 points coming from A.J. Brown. Very nice. I think that trade might have worked out. We'll see. And then he got a great score out of the Eagles, 18.08. He gets 130. It's not enough to defeat Todd. Todd continues his winning ways, which I think we'll see in the standings. Nicely done.
Very nicely done. All right. Oh, let's get to the standings and this train wreck of a standings.
All right, here we go.
Start. I'll
do Brockway. I'll do Brockway. Okay. Yep. Brockway, man, worst to first. You gotta love it. Dawn out front by herself with a record of 5-3. Love Hugs and Ice Cream finds himself in second place with a 500 winning percentage, 4-4, and then just one game back out of the playoff spot. You got Highway 65 at 3-5. Man, 2 games separate first to last. That's pretty awesome. Let's go over to Ogdenville, which there's much more separation over there. The Braille Bombers alone in front by 3 games, even with a lot. Oh no, she won. Tommy Shelby Racehorses at 3-5, and the Wild Poopers get their second win, 2-6. Kat, look at that. You are 1 game out of making the playoffs. Amazing. Okay, North Haverbrook. We've got the best record in the league with Todd at 7-1. Camp Krusty, yours truly, in second place with a 4-4 record. And the Poppin' Jays at 3-5. We finish up with Springfield. The Gentlemen Four Quarterlies, even with their loss, find themselves 2 games out in front with a record of 5-3. Needing a bigger boat is 3-5, tied with Spider Peg. You know, Springfield, shocker, losing records, probably going to make playoffs over there. You guys stink. And you find yourself, sir, in the bottom spot.
I'm 1 game back from you. Don't get on your friggin' high horse yet. You'll be 4-5 next week after I trounce your ass. Let's move on to more exciting things like the trends. We haven't seen the trends. Let's talk about this. You give me the play-by-play.
All right, here we go. We've got, again, this is a comparison from draft day to this week. So when we look at it that way, Wild Poopers, even with their record of winning 2 games, they thought they were the best. They only knock you down 3 spots, Cat, down to 4 in terms of your trend. Camp Krusty, woo-wee! That's probably the biggest drop in the entire league. They thought I was second best on draft day. They think I'm 9th best. Malibu Stacy's moves up a spot. They thought she was 3rd. Now they think she's in 2nd, and that's because, you know, she's got back on the winning ways. She's worked her way up. Very nicely done. Needing a bigger boat, 5th place on draft day. Poor Joe. They think you sucked it up since then. They've got you at 11th right now. Love Hugs and Ice Cream started the day just on the top half of the field and finds himself now sliding to just to the back half of the field. The Poppin' Jays went from 7th to 10th, a 3-position drop. Tommy Shelby started in 8th. Sam, they got you in last. I don't believe it. Looks like you're tied for last, honestly. When you look at, that's Matt was in last,
but thank you for thinking that immediately I'm last.
Improved a little bit. Here's a bunch of teams that they think have improved since then. Gentlemen's Four Quarterlies, they thought you were 9th on draft day. Now they got you the top 3. You're on the box. a Highway 65 cab. They thought you were in 10th. You went up 4 spots into 6th. Nicely done. The Brill Bombers start draft day estimated to finish 11th. Now they got you up at 5th. That's because you're on top. And then Spider Pig, God only knows how this happened. They thought you were 12th. Now they think you're 7th with a 3-5 record. Not sure where they're getting that
They know
from.
what they're talking about. Trust me, they know
Okay.
what they're talking about. I'm moving up. The only one trending down here, we've got Camp Krusty with -7. That's beautiful. I just realized that. All right, let's go on to the pickups today. A little bit of action out there. Not a ton as usual. We have the highest amount paid for Isaiah Likely by the Highway 65 Mustangs, bidding against no one, dropping 47 simoleons. I was going to say clams and mix that up with simoleons. And then a race for Jeff Wilson Jr. Since he was traded from San Francisco to Miami. Tommy Shelby's racehorses pick it up with 25-0, Uncle Todd. And Zay Jones out of Jacksonville. Tommy Shelby wins that one too, for 19 versus the $1 that your sister did. So congrats to the winner chicken dinners. The rest of them were all pickups for very low dollars or no dollars. Congrats to those folks who needed them or maybe 5 week
Now,
runs.
have you been coaching Todd on bid amounts?
He and I have the same mind, which is if you can get them for
Which is
nothing, you get
let's
them.
lose. That's what it is.
No, you get them. Don't you worry about it. Okay, let's get on to next week's matchup. And the title fight is here. It's
Oh,
on. You waited
this is
all
gonna
year
be
for
great.
this sucker. It is down to it now.
Oh, just wait. I still got lots of moves to make because Najee Harris is on a bye.
Yeah.
So you are in big trouble because I got Prescott coming back in, and I've got a murderer's row of players who are just waiting to go off. This one says it's going to be 21. It's not even going to be that close on the opposite side. I say I beat Maddie by over 30. They like your matchup
Okay.
against Philly against Houston. They like that. I don't know. They don't like Swift against Green Bay. I don't know why. You're averaging 17, but they think you're only going to get 13 and a bunch of whatevers the rest of the way down. I guess we'll have to figure out which wide receiver you're going to start this week.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know who it's going to be.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. I don't know who I'm going to trust. It's hard to trust anybody on this team. There's no one that's my steady Eddie, certainly on the wide receiving core, but we'll see. Meanwhile, you've got, again, Najee out. You got Miles Sanders, so that's a double-edged sword for me with Jalen Hurts throwing it to him or hand.
Julio, I'm throwing out.
Oh, great.
Guys have
Okay.
done jack.
Mark Andrews has been quiet, which scares the heck out of me because he's due for a big game, that's for sure. But I'm confident that I'm going to eke out this win one way or another by hook or by crook and put you down like the dog you are. Let's move on to the next one so we don't waste too much more time.
Bring it, bitch.
Need
Okay,
a
sorry.
vote versus Uncle Todd's
Family feedback. Okay, they don't think this one's going to be very close. Joe, never say die. He's got Aaron.
That's right.
Good Lord. Joe, I think whoever printed out this page, their red ink cartridge must have been leaking all over this thing because you got some what looks to be cues up and down this list. Questionable, but they're still projecting scores. So as of right now, they think they're going to play. They're expecting you to get about 132 on the flip side. Todd's team thinks they're going to get about 156. He'll probably get 256. Who knows? Because Justin Jefferson and I think Cooper Kupp are both playing. Yep, they are. Any comments about the matchups in any of these, Matt?
Yeah, look at the freaking murderer's row for Todd. Kupp, Jefferson, Kelsey. What the hell are you supposed to defend against that? You better
And Burrow, who's had 40 points already.
Burrow, and then all these other ones that just happen also can have great days too. It is going to be everybody right now is rooting against Todd because he is beat with all that firepower. All we can do is hope he gets here or there with a few losses, and everybody's paying for that first round exit. Meanwhile, Clemens, after that a horrible loss last week with or not Clemens, I take that back. Joe with that beatdown of Maddie last week. So for another winning ways, I'm rooting for you, Joe. I hope those questionable do these for probables or they're in and they just altogether, and you beat down Todd. I hope Tyler Boyd gets you 40 or 50 this week, because they should be able to be better than they were on Halloween against the Cleveland Browns, where they held them down. Next up, we got
Wait,
Mama versus Yo Wife.
I got a comment though. Your
Yeah.
voice is breaking up a little bit. Are you at the normal pervert station at the store, or did you park, or school, or did you park further away?
No, I'm at the exact same spot. It could be a spotty connection, and it could be somebody squeaking with my Wi-Fi, jumping in and hacking me. It's probably Todd with me talking about his feed bag.
Okay, we've got Braille Bombers going up against the Malibu Stacy's. The projection here is they've got Dawn winning by 8.5 points, 136 to 128. They're calling it right at her average. I guess they are on both these teams. Okay, they expect Trevor Lawrence to score 17. No, 20. Sorry, 20. They think he's going to do good against Las Vegas. They must not have a defense. And this is a home game, it would appear. Austin Eckler, they think he's going to get 21.5 and double digits the rest of the way down. Not bad, Matt. This is your dream team. This is all steady Eddie production. This is the kind of players you normally love to get on Malibu. Kirk Cousins, I don't know who she's going to start. She's got Brady and Cousins, so I guess you'll have to look at the matchups there. Alvin Kamara, probably doubtful he scores another 40-something, but they still think he's going to get half that. That's not that bad. Oh, and I'm assuming you highlighted TJ Hawkinson because of his switch over to Minnesota.
Be interesting to see, especially if she keeps Cousins, if she gets that double points hookup from Kirk Cousins to TJ on a touchdown. Also, I should have highlighted Raheem Mostert only because even though he's a great player, they just traded for Jeff Wilson Jr. Will they mix him up? Will Raheem lose some touches for him? I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. But should be a good matchup. Obviously, I got to root for my mom on this one. I hope Eckler continues his winning ways, and we'll see how the rest of them do. But yeah, it should be a good matchup. This should be a tight game and a toss-up in the end. I don't think any one team is really
this one will be close.
Yeah, for sure. Let's move on to the Pop and J versus the Wild Poopers. Oh, it's father versus daughter.
Father versus daughter. Pop and J is looking to get back into winning games here. He's got some big projections here. He's got Mahomes for 27.8, Dalvin Cook 17, another 17.5 out of Devonta Adams. He's questionable. Keep an eye on that, Jay. On the flip side, we've got the Wild Poopers, Kyler Murray. They think about 22 out of him. Same with Tyreek Hill, very close to that. And Devonta Smith, they're expecting 13 and a little bit out of him. The projections got Jay winning by about 10 points, but close, I think. I think this could be another one that's close. All of Kat's folks, at least in her starting lineup here, are healthy, and she doesn't have a kicker in, so I'm right. This is going to be close.
Yeah, I would agree on this one. Mahomes could have a huge Mahomes day or an average Mahomes day. We'll see. Dalvin Cook kind of been up and down here and there. Tyler Algiers have been in very nice fill-in. Devontae Adams with his bad play last week, maybe he rebounds this weekend. They have a shootout. We'll see. That little Rondale Moore, like a Mighty Mouse, is running around in Arizona. We'll see how he does for Mr. Jason. And inside Kyler Murray, the human joystick will do obviously very well. I wonder if Lenny Fournette, that whole Tampa Bay team is a question mark. Maybe he has a good day. I marked out Devontae Smith, Jim, simply because with A.J. Brown getting all the work, sometimes he can pop up and have a great game. This might be his game, especially against Houston, which should be a lot of points scored there. And then in her flex position, she's got two guys going up against that really strong Buffalo team, which, again, it's a division game. Maybe they'll show up. Maybe they'll show out against Buffalo, or maybe they'll get shut down entirely. I agree. This is going to be a close game. It's anyone's contest for sure. Let's move on to your sister versus Tommy Shelby's Racehorses.
All right. This is also projected to be another close one. Well, not too close, but again, Terry doesn't have a kicker in there, so it's probably going to be much closer. We've got the gentleman for Quarterlies, Josh Allen. They love Josh Allen. Even but for good reason. He's it says his pro rank position rank here is number 1. He's averaging 35. You got to think that gets you up there like that. Stephon Diggs, they really like 21 basically, and Waddle, they expect another decent day out of him. Oh, and also that Kenny Walker guy that you liked, seems like he's proven to be pretty decent. On the flip side, Justin Herbert, they really like that matchup at Atlanta, no doubt. They think he's going to do better, though, than his average, 26. Chuba Hubbard, man, that's a low average, 3.1. They're expecting 8.8. Keenan Allen, yeah, another one. They really like that Atlanta matchup. He's averaging just under 7, and they're projecting 6. They must think that Atlanta defense just sucks.
Well,
Sam,
and
pay
it's
attention to those cues.
yeah, I was
Sorry,
gonna say it's also some of those things are being skewed by the number of games they've actually played. Because again, with Chuba Hubbard, he's coming in after CMC got traded. He was out last week due to an injury.
I'm only
That's
looking
why
at averages, though.
I know, but he hasn't played that many games. Is my
Yeah, but
point.
your average is going to be.
But if he hasn't played in any of the games up until Christian McCaffrey left, that's most of the season, right?
Yes. Do you know how averages work?
I do know, but I don't. I
It's
think
not
he's been
total
injured.
points. It's
Whatever.
not total points.
I know
Average.
that. Oh my God. Whatever. Anyhow, Keenan Allen's been dinged up. We'll see how he does. Justin Herbert. Be interesting to see because Atlanta's played very well sometimes, but not great. We'll see if they give up a bunch of Justin Herbert here. Again, like you said, Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs. That's the connection. That's a huge week for her. Kenneth Walker will do well. Irv Smith on IR. She can move him out and put somebody else in. Waddle's awesome. He and Tyreek are ripping it up with that passing attack in Miami. So it should be a good game again. Might be a close one that comes down to the wire.
I think it is because she doesn't have Tony Pollard's on a bye too.
Right, he's on a bye.
So she needs to move in a kicker and a running back.
Yeah,
so
he's not
Terry,
scoring
don't forget.
3 touchdowns this week.
Till
Right,
tomorrow,
exactly.
if you've got an open spot, make sure you fill it.
Let's move on to the Highway 65 Ranover Mustangs looking for redemption against Love Hugs. Actually, also is off a losing streak. So somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose on this one.
This one's going to, I think it's going to be close. We've got Tyler Henke. Dude, Clemens, come talk to me. I got like 7 quarterbacks.
Don't you know Quarterback University is Kevin's team?
That's right here. Come to Camp Krusty. We got a special on quarterbacks going right now. Buy one, get the second one half off. Don't start Tyler Henke with an average of 13.5. Come and get someone from me. Okay, we've got Brian Robinson. Gosh, you need an increase there, Kev. You got a good one, though, in Josh Jacobs. They're expecting about 20 out of him. Amon St. Brown, can he get back to his ways? Oh, yeah. And look at the projection for T. Higgins, too. 16.3. A.J. Brown, they like to the tune of about 20. And, man, I would love to have a defense where they project double digits all the time. That'd be awesome. Lamar Jackson, even though he's averaging 26.8, he's had some 40 games. So I don't know if he's just blowing it some weeks and then going off.
He's had a couple of
weeks.
Down weeks. It's true. It's true. Yes.
That's interesting. Okay,
that's
Jonathan Taylor. Yes, that's right. Jonathan Taylor, 15.5. They think he's going to do better than he's been doing, although he's questionable. Gus Edwards, they think 7.6. Some DK Metcalf. I like that guy, 15.5. He's at Arizona this week. Let's see. The line is about 10 points. It looks like we have 2 full lineups. I don't know. This one, this to me is like, how well does Lamar do and Jonathan Taylor do? Because those are big time players who can go for broke
flip the table. Absolutely. And then, poor Clemens, he's starting Taylor Heineke, at least for now, until he talks to you. And Brian Robinson, that's a rough 1-2 punch start against
not ideal. Right?
He's hoping that the rest of his team can pick up the slack there, which they definitely are capable of. Gus Bus, how will that do for Baltimore? He's had some success. He had some decent success, but there's no proven track record there. Michael Pittman with that rookie quarterback thrown to him. Tyler Conklin's been very quietly looking much better each week with the Jets, so that's good. I don't know if Lazard's going to play this week. He was out last week, so some numbers on Greg's side too. But this could be another close one too. I think this will be a fun matchup to watch. And again, either one of them's going to win, so at least both of them will lose again this week, and one of them will be happy. So that'll be a good.
Couple of good kickers too here. Look at that. They're both averaging almost 10 points. I'll take that every week.
Tucker's evil. We don't like Justin Tucker.
I'll take that average.
Of course you will. So, how was your Halloween?
Sucked. It was fine. Go ahead.
Give me the best costume you saw.
Okay, just give me a second.
Okay,
I know what it is.
Okay, go ahead.
You go. No, you go.
Okay. So mine was a do-it-yourself dude that showed up And my wife was disgusted by this, but I thought it was hilarious. This dude had made out of plywood a toilet that literally sat on his shoulders, and on his chest was the bowl, and there was a bowl under where you put the candy in, and he was basically just a toilet bowl. He painted it all white. I'm like,
That's
that's
cool.
funny. I like that. I put it in there. I was like, I don't like that. I'm like, that was the most unique one I'd seen all night. That was
Yeah.
really cool. How about you?
Well, I think we agree on this. Homemade costumes, always the best.
Yes.
They always come out way better than anything store-bought. So message for you kids out there having kids, make the costumes. I know the kids won't want
Let's
them.
hope
They
you're
want to
not
go to
kids having kids, but
Stupid
yes,
Spirit. I
absolutely.
was the same way, but the homemade ones were better. So this one was pretty cool. There was a kid who came like nearly film accurate Oompa Loompa with
Oh,
the
wow.
hairstyle and the face.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. So
Did
that's
you
probably
sing?
my favorite. Huh?
Did you sing to him?
No,
Oh
no.
my God, it's your one chance.
Well, somebody else was doing it
What
already.
do you
So
get when you guzzle down sweets? Come on, man. You could have sang the whole damn song. You could have danced with him. You're about the size of one, for crying out loud.
Yeah, you'd be that kid stuck in the chocolate tube. What
Okay,
was his
and
name?
another question. I don't know how children are in Idaho, but these slack asses in California, half of these idiots show up, you open the door, and say, hey, happy Halloween, or whatever. Stand there holding up their bag. I'm like, no trick or treat, nothing, just,
Are
give
they
it up,
dressed
old
up?
man, or I'm going to egg the friggin' place. What the hell, people? Where's your manners?
Are they dressed up at all?
Some, yes, some. It's like, really? That's a costume you just threw some crap on? My
Yeah, the
mom is
one
the worst. She's giving him the stink eye. She won't talk to them unless they talk to her. I'm like, oh God, she's gonna start a fight here.
I wish I had the guts to not give candy to kids who don't dress up and
Yes.
just show up. But
Yes.
the biggest, I'm telling you, the quintessential phone it in costume for a teen kid is they just get white makeup and put it on their face, and I'm like a zombie thing or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of
What
ones
is
that are
that?
very,
Yeah.
you don't know what they are or who they are, but you're supposed to accept it. You're like,
I'm
yeah,
a zombie. Oh,
I
okay.
guess you're somebody. Okay, here you go. Yeah, that's great. Here you go.
I think next year I'm going to do full bars only, but you only get
You
one
gotta earn it.
if I could tell who you are, then you get a
Yes,
candy.
you
If
should hang
not,
a sign outside that says, listen, this house has full-size candy, but you need to earn it to get that full-size candy.
yeah,
I
no,
will be rejecting people based on their
I
costume.
have to be able to tell, even if you're dressed up.
God,
If
I
I don't
want to
know
come
who you
next year
are,
and I'll sit on the porch
you're
with you.
gone.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
great
and I will
costume.
judge them.
I don't know what it is. Beat it.
Beat it, kid. But I don't care. I don't know who they are.
Little kids
No.
crying.
They'd be throwing eggs and rocks
Yeah.
at your house all night long.
Oh, she wouldn't wear the mask. Then she don't need candy.
I guess you don't need candy. And the best one I had was I can't remember how old she was, but the longest we had been out, it was probably like, swear to God, like 9:30, 9:45. We're still out walking around. This with Gabby. And one point in time, she had her feet hurt, and I'm like, come on, you want this candy, you better huff it. Keep walking. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, my feet really hurt. Go, all right, I'll carry you. Up on my shoulders. The cheap ass Disney suit she had came with these, slippers for Cinderella. She literally worn them through like there was her skin hitting the ground. I'm like, okay, I guess you have an excuse. You literally walk through your shoes. You've earned this candy. It's
Well, I don't blame you, because let me tell you, these kids today, how do I sound like it? These kids today, man, they've never been poor enough or wanton enough. When I was a kid, I knew, okay, I don't get candy often, so I need to make this day count.
Yes.
Dude, we could be out for hours and
Yes.
making dump runs back at the house.
Absolutely.
And then go back out. These kids are like 3 blocks. I get all the candy I want. We have so much extra, blah, blah, blah.
I know. And my mom used to really get pissed because at one point in time when we lived in the state of Washington, we lived on a golf course. Not that we were golf. Yeah, I would have picked it up there, but nope. Anyway, we lived in this golf course, and she would see like cars pulling up from out of in the poor areas of the city.
Oh, yeah.
And they drop their kids on. My mom's like, close it up, shut it down. These kids aren't from here. I'm on, Mom. They're just looking for some kids. Like, no.
You grew up on a golf course?
I know.
Shocker.
Listen, that's also
Shocker.
hey, listen,
Millennial Zero. On
that same golf course was also
Millennial
where I
0.
get down to the bottom of this hill where there's this one part where there's no houses. It's just like near one of the greens, and these older kids jumped us and took all our damn candy. We had to go back and get new candy things. So
Oh,
they
you
took it
wonder
all the
why?
land.
Little
What's that?
little rich kids with their candy. And then where did you move after that?
Back to Sacramento.
To where?
We were over off of Florence for a little while, and then we moved to Roseville. That was
Uh-huh.
population almost no one, and there was it
Yeah.
was we didn't. Mom didn't want me going to Kennedy because of the element that was there and what trouble old little Maddie might get into there.
So Kochmont was the decision.
So Kokomo it was with Oakmont until the camera showed up for the big cocaine buzz. What a tool. You know those lake people, Mom, they came down here with all their money and their cocaine.
You started it. I blame you. Millennial 0.
Oh, please, give me a break. You're pointing the wrong way, dipshit.
Not on my screen. Okay. Millennial 0. The asshole to my side.
Point at yourself, you moron. Okay, so I haven't heard from Terry. I'm going to take over the job. She's fired from the party director. Right. She is no longer the cruise director. What was it, Julie from the Love Boat? Was that her name?
Yes, yes.
Done. Captain Stubby's going to have to take over. I'm going to have to come up with something.
And Gopher.
Gopher and Isaac.
Isaac and Gopher. I want to be Isaac. I'm sure I'm Gopher.
I think you should dress as Isaac and I'll dress as Gopher one year.
No, I'm not doing that anymore. No.
Allowed.
No. You're Captain Scoobing, if anything.
I'll shave the middle of my head and the sides white. All right,
you be Julie.
Yeah, I'm dressed. I'm trans Julie. I identify as Julie. I'll just look the same way I do. Fuck off, I identify as this, damn it.
I identify as Isaac.
That's appropriation. All right, so any parting thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, we got less than 1 minute, so let's
less than 1 minute. So for Kevin, this Mad Dick is saying,
stay classy, BONESTORM.
That's the one. Happy Halloween and get ready for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.